So, module number 7, the final key to getting that job, persistence. Many of you think, oh, persistence, I've been doing this for 2 years and I still haven't gotten anywhere, and I hear you loud and clear. But don't give up. Always try and remember the 10% rule from sales. Quite often when people are in sales, they make 100 phone calls to get 10 interviews. And out of those 10 interviews, they might get 1 sale. It's the 10% rule. Generally speaking, 10% of contacts made will yield the result that you're looking for. So if you've applied for 10 jobs and you haven't got any interviews, don't give up. You might need to apply for 100 jobs before you even get 2 or 3 interviews. 10% might be high in the job hunt market. I know in my own career, with university qualifications and 15 years experience in a specific industry, I had occasions where I had to apply for 75 or 80 jobs before I even got 1 or 2 interviews, and that was in the days when unemployment was lower than it is today and opportunity was way greater than it is today. So again, don't give up. You need to be persistent. Keep knocking till the door opens. Sometimes it's knocking on the same door, sometimes it's knocking on many, many doors until one of them finally opens for you. It is critically important that you don't give up. You've got to maintain your enthusiasm. As difficult as that can be on bad days, you need to talk to somebody who can rev you up and give you that renewed energy and enthusiasm. Follow up all your applications. This is one of the great difficulties in this day and age. In the old days, we used to send letters by mail. Nowadays, we apply by email or sometimes by phone call. But once you've applied, whether it's to a recruitment consultant, a job services consultant, or directly to an employer, you need to follow up. People often put an application in and then say, I didn't hear anything for 3 weeks. Well, sometimes the onus is on you, if you're keen to get that job, to follow up. Make a phone call to the company. I always, and I'm saying 100% of the times, when I applied for a job in the past, I always followed up my application with a phone call. Did you receive my letter? Did you receive my email? Just checking to make sure that you got it, because sometimes with the best laid plans, things can go awry and your application actually doesn't get through. So it's important to follow up. And again, even if you follow up with an email to the person, if there is no phone contact details, send a follow-up email if you haven't had an acknowledgement of your application. Send that email through to find out that they actually have received your application and that you're registered. In my early recruitment career 20 years ago, I found that the people that contacted me in the first 48 hours of a new job being advertised were the ones that generally ended up on my shortlist. So try and be first in to apply and try and make sure that the recruiter, whether it's the employer or a consultant, knows who you are. Make contact and follow up. Frequency of follow-up is also important. Good recruitment processes are over and done within 2 weeks, from initial job advertisement to the completion and selection of the successful candidate. Many companies don't run to that schedule. Many recruitment consultants are stymied by employers who start a recruitment assignment and then go on leave for 2 weeks. So there are many reasons why jobs aren't resolved within a 2-week period from the first advertisement. So frequency of follow-up is also critical. You need to make sure that when you do follow up, it's not too often so that you become a pest, but it's also not too long that things progress without you that you're unaware of. My advice would be, think about 1 to 2 weeks as the interval. If you are given any indication of time frame, then obviously take that into consideration. Sometimes consultants will respond to you and say, we're collecting resumes today, we won't be sorting them out till next week, so you will hear from us within 2 weeks' time. In 2 weeks' time, if you haven't heard from them, give them a call. Generally speaking, you've only got to make 1 call. They might have to make anything between 30 and 150 calls if they were to contact every applicant. So make sure that you take the initiative. You're the one who needs the job. The recruitment consultant or the recruiters had lots of people apply to them, so they don't really care who gets the job in the end, so long as it's the person they believe is right for the job. But if you show persistence, if you show enthusiasm, and you follow up, you enhance your chances of getting that role. Finally, stay positive. I've said this a couple of times in the course of these webinars. It's important to stay positive. If you miss out on a job, think of it as the company's loss, not to employ you. You are a valuable employee. You are someone who will give great value to the company. You will contribute great skills, a wonderful personality. If they don't employ you, it is their loss. if you maintain that positive attitude, you'll find that, generally speaking, you'll be able to stay positive in the longer term. Mix with positive people. If you are, if all your circle of friends are unemployed, it can be a real challenge. It can be a drag because the general group sentiment will drag you down. But if possible, get out with positive, happy people and spend time with them. Spend time and effort in keeping your spirits up and remain positive, because you will get a job if you persist. It's one of the key factors to success in getting that job. Okay, so how can Plus 40 help? If you're over 40 and looking for work, the first and most important thing you need to do is register online with us on our job seeker database at plus40.com.au, the address shown on your screen. The critical thing to do is to fill in your details when you register. Then come back in and on the My Profile section, fill in the online resume. This will create a resume for you if you don't already have one. If you do, you can actually copy and paste the text from an existing, let's say, Word document resume into the relevant fields of our online resume so that you don't have to retype all the detail. Once you've filled in the resume, you can print that off and use that as a resume going forward. The graphic format and presentation of it isn't brilliant, but the content is the important part. Secondly, post a cover letter. Now this you need to do by creating a cover letter on Word, saving that cover letter to one of your files, then posting it to our cover letter section. Importantly, we suggest that you only put your name on the cover letter so that you aren't contacted by unscrupulous employers who don't have legitimate jobs before they post job ads. Answer the 10 interview questions. You'll see a button for the interview questions. Answer those 10 interview questions, and as I said in the earlier module about interview skills, print those answers off and take them with you for reference in interview. Once you've posted the resume, the cover letter, and answered the 10 interview questions, you can be found by us or by a prospective employer who comes to search the job seeker database. So as I say, it's important to fill those details in. A final word on the resume section. We've added in the functionality of being able to post more than one resume. Whilst we believe that you should put everything into one resume to show the breadth of skills that you can bring to a role, we understand that there are employers and recruiters out in the marketplace who believe it's better to have specific details about the industry that they're looking to employ somebody rather than a generic resume. So if you feel the need to do a specific admin resume and a specific hospitality resume or a specific warehousing resume, then you can do that. You have the opportunity to do that. And then you can also choose which one of those you attach to your application when you apply for any jobs that are advertised on the website. If you've ever got any questions, you can always contact us. The contact details for Plus 40 are on our website. 1300 Plus 40 is the phone number. That's 1300 758 740. Always happy to talk and provide some advice for you. So hopefully this series of modules has given you some assistance in how to get that job, and we hopefully will see many more of you back in the workforce, providing that value and experience that mature age workers bring to any employment situation. All the best, and bye for now.